it's me, Erin from Earth Healer Movement. Getting a little bit of a different angle here. I was called to record this video and talk about some things. I did buy a lottery ticket. That's what I was being called to tell you guys about. And that God is really having me live a life of luxury. God and the universe is what I'm being called to say. But it's one and the same. God, the universe, the Holy Spirit. It's all living particles in everything and everywhere. It's like a complex system where it's self-governed, I'm hearing manufactured, self-organized. It's all one complete system of organization. Where you don't have to add anything to it. It runs on its own power. Just like the human body, or a plant, or we do need to water it and feed it. And it does need sunlight. But it's all, the whole system is created to make everything run smoothly. That's what life is. So life is God. God is life. God is good. God is goodness, wholesome, purity, and love and light. So there is a dark side to life and a light side, and the dark helps us to appreciate the light and live in joy and harmony with one another. The darkness of death and evil and destruction is a part of the process. I'm getting a vision of like decomposing soil and how the nutrients go into the soil from I'm hearing like produce, and then I'm hearing fertilization. It fertilizes the soil for new growth, new development. So it's a process. It's an evolution. It's an evolutionary process. But it's driven by God. Because God is all things. And God is the energy power of all things. It's the engine that runs everything. And it can speak to us and communicate. And there's the spirits that are divinely guided for God's mission of His people. The people and the animals are like the brain force. The brain force energy of life, of all life. We are God. Together we are God. Together we are all God's children. It's like we're being guided by God. So God is the powerful one that is leading us. And then I'm hearing about like Jesus. Jesus is a guide, an ascended master spirit, that we call on Jesus for strength and guidance. And there's other spiritual guides as well. And we can all communicate in different ways, different languages, different religions, different spiritual practices. And the uniqueness of it is amazing. It's all so intricate and beautifully designed, where the messages are being interpreted. Our thoughts are transmitting out into the universe like signals, like radio signals, TV signals, telecommunication signals is what I'm hearing. We all emit energy, and our thoughts go out into the universe and mix with other people's thoughts and feelings and emotions, and we can feel magnetically attracted to our own kind. And our thoughts can intermingle in the 5D realm. And that's how serendipity, kismet, love, that's how we attract our like-minded souls and our twin flames and soulmates. But we have to be on the same frequency to attract and unite. So the higher we elevate, the closer we can get to our manifestations, our dreams, our goals, our love, like our true love. We can reunite with, things at a higher level than where we are when we first begin our journey. We have to learn the lessons, and we have to evolve and elevate in order to get the fruits of our labor. We have to put in the work. We have to put in the time and the energy and the thought, the good thoughts. And that's why our America was created for believers. America was created for the home of the free and the brave. There was a mission and a purpose for our development here to manifest our dreams. And I got a spiritual confirmation on that. Wow, this is getting pretty deep. I was just gonna say hello. So hopefully you could hear me. I just turned off my car and I'm sitting quietly now. Okay. So I'm getting a message about, I'm hearing like Christopher Columbus, who's a master builder, number 22, like me. And he created, I'm hearing Thomas Jefferson as well. I'm hearing Freemasonry and like the whole Illuminati thing, but it's not an evil Illuminati. There's different types of Illuminati. There's different ways of spirituality and manifestation and working with the powers of the universe for good. And it's like Star Wars. Like, I'm getting a vision of like Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader. And so there's the good and the bad, and the movies and the spiritual meanings of, like, I'm getting a vision of like Walt Disney and like Hollywood and all of that. It's like there's meanings to it that it on a spiritual level are elevating humanity. So God places his pawns in different places to perform great things, and it's a universal thing. So it's, you're created from the universe for that purpose by the astrological chart that you possess. So that time that you were born, this is the message that I got before, is your soul is connecting with the universe at that moment when your body breathes its first breath of life, or comes out of the womb, or the umbilical cord is cut, something along that line. But that moment, that time, that exact time, like your time of birth, that they physically write down on a piece of paper, or like type in a computer, or however they do it at the hospital, or recording your time of birth. That is a significant part of your astrological chart. And I was getting this download about how, you know, a lot of perceptions are wrong that people have. Like, that's what this channel is all about. It's like trying to clear up these misconceptions of how the world works, how things work in the spiritual realm, the religious realm, the worldly realm, the 3D world that we live in, and how to organize it all into our brain and try to get the mindset of humanity correct. And that is my job, is to, it's, oh my God. Okay. I had a job with a company where the owner passed away, and he asked me what my job would, what I would want my job to be, because he wanted me to be, he had a startup company, and it was a new sport concept, and he died tragically, where he had angel investors. He had his executive team, including me, in alignment. He had Richard Branson from Virgin Records, Virgin Airlines, Virgin Mobile, the CEO and amazing business guru, is what I'm hearing. The very wealthy billionaire that I'm just seeing his smile and how lighthearted he was, and that's how Christopher was, my ex-boss. And it was an honor to work with him and to see his vision and to be humble by his side, not literally but figuratively. I wasn't always by his side, but I was there for him, and to hear him out and to respect him and to believe in his dream, and that really helped him in ways that I didn't understand at the time, but I do now, and he's part of my guidance, the spiritual guides that work with me and through me. And all the people that I've met along my life path help me and steer me into the person that I am to do this job. And I thank those people for the good and the bad lessons. And that's what I'm being shown, is that there's good and bad lessons, that you can be a good person. And that doesn't mean that you're experiencing bad karma or good karma. There's certain people that are planted on this earth for certain jobs and certain missions, and they need to go through the lessons, the tough, hard lessons of the chosen to complete and fulfill their mission here on earth. And so, there's a kid doing a wheelie like all along the street. There's a bunch of kids. I want to show you guys. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know. I can't really, like, I don't know. They were just doing that. I think it was too far away for you guys to see, but that was pretty cool. And I was worried that they might get hurt, but they didn't, so. Yeah, humans are just, I was thinking about this, that humans just can do these most amazing things. And it's like, a lot of times we can feel like we are not that capable, that we're just like a bug on the ground, like we're just literally like nothing compared to like other people, and especially God. It's like you can just feel like the most like unnecessary part of this world. And that's not the truth at all. That we're all working in unison. I heard the word unison, to create this world. And we're all needed, and we're all necessary, and we are all called on our path when it's time in divine timing. So I wasn't called on my path until a very late age in life. This just happened to me like a couple years ago. So you can see my journey in the messages that I filmed. I listened to my intuition and I started filming way back before my spiritual awakening, or during that process in the very beginning. And it started, there's like a precursor to it, but I explain what was happening. And I started like elevating, like just like drastically, at the point where I started following God's plan for me, the oath that I made to God when I never really thought of it or said it like that. And so I guess that was an oath that I made. Like I was asked if I got cut off there because of my car cutting off. But yeah, I was asked to do this job, and I accepted, and I obeyed the orders. I'm obeying the orders, and I'm being told and led what the past lessons were and what they meant, and all the things that I've experienced in this world, what it means and what it's all about, and to get people in an alignment of where our minds are all thinking alike. He wants our minds to think like me. And I'm saying he because it's a father, it's a guide, it's the ruler of the universe. And it's an authority figure. So it's a masculine presence of energy and force and guidance and pressure and heat. And then the mother is the earth, the nurturer, the soil, the food, it's a life energy as well. So everything that we touch and feel and put into our body is life force energy, and it's all important. But our spiritual guidance, when we tap into that, we become super powerful. And I'm getting visions of like, I don't watch any of that, so I probably should check it out, but like anime and like, I mean, I have watched a lot of like superhero, like Marvel kind of stuff, but I have never really been that type of person that's like really into all of that. So I'm very like fresh into the spiritual journey, and that was intended to be this way, so I could experience life in the 3D world as a non-believer and a realist and a truth seeker. And then God revealed himself to me and my mission and my path when the timing was right, when it was necessary, when it was needed. And the excitement level of everything is amplified because of that, because of how it was done. And so God does not like blame us for anything that we experience when we feel and go through all of our trials and tribulations. But we must maintain like a good heart and soul. So we know the difference between good and bad. We know when our choices are bad and when they're good. And my choices always haven't been the best. And we're forgiven for that because we didn't know any better. So, but it's like, there's a fine line there, because I'm being guided to say these things right now that I haven't heard before. But God knows your thoughts, okay? So there's a difference between like when you have a bunch of negative stuff happening to you and trials and tribulations, and then you make a wrong choice because your mind was so like, you didn't realize what you were doing. You didn't understand. You're just like, there's a reason why you made a bad choice. It wasn't like intentional, like you wanted to hurt anybody or you didn't believe that like you were hurting yourself, or you didn't understand what you were doing. You knew that it was bad, but you saw like, I don't know, it's just kind of like you didn't think it was that bad, or you didn't know like what was gonna happen, or you didn't know like how things were gonna turn out bad, or it was like an innocence to it. That's what I want to say. There was an innocence to your choice making because of the world that we're living in and how it's constructed, that we made the bad choice, basically. And the innocence of it is the reason we're forgiven. So sometimes that innocence can make us give up because we keep making bad choices, and we're in a spot where we didn't want to be and we can't get out of it. And God sees all of it. God sees your every single thought, every single intention, every single move that you make to better yourself, to try. Any kind of trying, seeking help, seeking guidance, reflecting, thinking, trying to research, just praying, trying to talk to God, trying to, just the effort that's made, it's all seen. It's all seen. And so you're gonna get help, you're gonna get guidance. It might not look the way that you want it to look or feel the way you want it to feel, but it's a bit of an opportunity for you to, I'm getting a vision of like you're climbing up a cliff and you don't have any ropes and you're just kind of like, you could free fall. I'm hearing free fall. And so you're gonna grasp at any stone that looks sturdy. And that's the way you get out of it, is you keep grasping at any little stone that you can hold on to, and you hold on to it with all your might and you don't let go. So any little opportunity that comes your way, you're gonna think positively about it. And I'm kind of seeing like a vision of like a homeless person like laying on the ground, and they're just thinking about, this is their last leg. That's what I'm hearing. And that somebody's kindness, like a coin drops on the ground, and it's not very much, but it's something. So you have to hold on to that faith and belief that God gave you that coin, that person was guided to give you that. And no matter how small of a token that was, it's your lifeline. And God wants to see, how are you going to react to that coin? Are you going to get upset that the person threw you the coin like you don't matter, like your ego is going to get offended by that? Or are you going to feel the blessing of the coin, that you're not going to free fall and your life is going to end? That no matter how bad and sinful you were to get to that point of homelessness or whatever, or what bad choices you made, or whatever life choices that got you into that position, are you going to get yourself out of there? Are you going to feel God's mercy upon your soul and smile and cry in gratitude for that coin being tossed your way? Because the gratitude that you feel in your heart and soul is felt. And that's what gets you to the next level. And as long as you can keep grasping on to those little, pieces of rock as you're elevating, there will be a new, I'm kind of getting like a video game where the rock it's in motion. So the little ledges are going to pop out for you. Like the coin dropping on the ground. That's a ledge for your to climb out of the hole. It's almost like you're in the devil's dungeon when you're down so low. And that's like almost the lowest that a human being can get. Like laying on the street, like broken. Emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually broken. And so you have to you should turn to God way before that, but once you turn to God and ask for help and humble yourself and get rid of your ego, put a smile on your face and feel blessed for every little ledge that pops out from that wall that you're climbing to elevate. Every little piece of anything from any soul or even animal or any sign from the universe that can help you out of that position and elevate you, you have to be grateful for that to get to the next level, to get another ledge popping out of that cliff. So that will bring you more coins, more people dropping food off, people, when you're smiling and you don't even have to smile, but it's your essence. People can feel your energy, and you have to have a good spirit and a thankful, blessed spirit where you're willing to do what it takes to have an ego death and be humble and grateful for God to let you live another day and get out of that hole. So I'm getting that this is the end of the message, and I want you all to have a blessed day and think of this throughout your day and out your life, that, you know, anything is possible and you can get out of any situation. But we're all superheroes and we can all like fight the good fight together. And you want to not get down on yourself. You want to elevate as high as you can possibly elevate. And believe that you can do it with God's help. And the universe is God. It's all God helping you, giving you things. Like, if you heard about the man that had that was in the ocean and drowning, and pleading for God to help and bring a sign, bring some assistance, or get him out of the water to help him survive so he doesn't drown in the ocean. And then God brings a boat by, and the guy in the water doesn't accept the help because he wants God to help him. He wants a miracle to happen. And so he keeps letting boats pass by that are like, you know, offering to get him out of the water and help him. But he wants God's help. But those people were sent by God to help him get out of the water. So you cannot pass by your blessings, no matter how